What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. Now before we get into today's video, guys, we are 6 subs away from 200 subscribers. I know the summer is almost over, and I know we can do it, guys. 200 subs before the summer comes to a close. Whoa, and the moment camera keeps moving. Sorry guys, my camera kept moving there. Anyway, as I was saying, 200 subs before the summer comes to a close, and as I have said in previous videos, if this channel does get to 200 subs, I will open up this Korean Strike of Neos booster box in its entirety on the channel, on the hopes to potentially pull this guy, Elemental Hero Air Neos, the so-called forbidden Yu-Gi-Oh card. Is it really forbidden? I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Now, if this channel gets to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners at my partners at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it, on the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a piece of Exodia, Pot of Greed, Monster Reborn. The possibilities are endless. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners at Collector Store. Excuse me. On the hopes to potentially pull my second ever Collector's Rare. Because it wouldn't be the first time that I pulled a Collector's Rare, because I also pulled this from my Genesis Impact box opening that I did a while back. It is a Collector's Rare Beat Cop from the Underworld. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. I know the camera won't catch it, but this thing is incredible. And I'm planning to get this graded at some point. I don't know when exactly, but I will be getting it graded. So if you guys want to see these boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue. Maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which is this. Based on what happened at Worlds in Japan, what cards do you guys want to see get hit on the ban list? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm very curious of what you guys have to say, because I will be doing a ban list prediction video potentially this Friday. In fact, I think it will be Friday. Yeah. So this Friday on a new episode of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, I'll be talking about the ban list and what we can expect to see there. Now, I'm not gonna waste any time like I did the last time that I did a card discussion video. I'm gonna be talking about the brand new Centurion Archetype that will be in the next deck build set, Valiant Smashers. Now, there are, I believe, 8 cards to talk about. Plus, I think there's like 8 reprints that I'll be talking about as well in this video. So I'm not gonna waste any time. Let's get straight into it. So the Centurion Archetype actually bears a resemblance to bears a resemblance to, I believe, what's that one? It bears a striking resemblance to, I think, one of the anime that I saw. What was it? Mobile Suit Gundam. I think it is. Yeah. I think Mobile Suit Gundam, Iron Blooded Orphans or something. It bears a resemblance to that in some way. But again, I'm gonna cut the bullshit. let's get straight into it. Kicking things off, we have Centurion Primera, which is a 4-star light spellcaster tuner with 1600 attack and defense, and the first and third effects are once per turn. The first effect reads, if this card is normal or special summon, you can add one Centurion card from your deck to your hand except this card, but you cannot special summon this card for the rest of the turn. The second effect reads your level 5 or higher Centurion monster cannot be destroyed by card effects while this card is treated as a continuous trap. Third effect reads, during the main phase, while this card is treated as a continuous trap, you can special summon it. So basically, this is basically the combo starter for the whole deck. You normal summon this card, you add another Centurion card to your hand, and you basically just combo off from there, which is pretty cool. And not only that, this card can also be used as a continuous trap, which honestly that's pretty fucking cool. So not much else. There's really not much to say about this card, except that it's basically one of the combo starters of this deck, which is really nice. Next up we have Centurion Trudia, which I'm probably butchering it, which is a 4-star Dark Pyro. Dark Pyro, what the hell? With 1000 attack, 2000 defense. Both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads, during your main phase, you can place this card you control and one Centurion monster from your hand or deck, except this card, face up in your spell and trap zone as continuous traps. But you cannot special summon this card for the rest of the turn. Second effect reads, during the main phase, while this card is treated as a continuous trap, you can special summon it, then you can increase its level by 4. So what's interesting about this is that this card plus Primera, you put them into the back row, you special summon both of them. Trudia becomes level 8, and you can I think the ruling is that you can actually go into Geomathematic Final Sigma, which is actually pretty nasty. That's a pretty nasty play right there. That's just, there's really not much else to say about it, honestly. Next up we have Centurion Emmet 6, which is an 8-star Earth Machine with 2000 attack, 3000 defense. Both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads, during your opponent's turn, if this card is in your hand or grave, as a quick effect, you can target one Centurion monster you control except this card, place it face up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous trap, and if you do, special summon this card. Second effect reads, during the main phase, if this card is treated as a continuous trap, special summon it. So I believe they all have the same second effect where you're allowed to special summon it, which is pretty cool. So what's cool about Emmet is that this is basically a Cyber Dragon on a 8-star body, which is not too bad. Not too bad. This card plus I believe what, Trudia? Yeah. Emmet plus Trudia as 2 level 8 monsters, you can automatically go into a number 38 Hope Harbinger Dragon Titanic Galaxy, and that right there gives you an Omni negate right off the bat, which is absolutely insane. There's not there's not much to talk about with this archetype, but what's even more cool is that Trudia as a level 8 monster plus Primera, you can also, not only could you go into the Final Sigma, you can also go into this card that I'm going to talk about right now, which is known as Centurion Legadia. I'm probably butchering it, which is a 12-star light machine synchro with 3,500 attack, 2,000 defense, and requires a tuner and 1 or more non-tuners. So pretty generic, but it mainly works with this archetype. And the first and third effects are once per turn. The first effect reads, if this card is special summoned, you can draw one card. Then you can destroy the one face-up monster your opponent controls with the highest attack of your choice if tied. So this is basically a +1 smashing ground. That's all. That's basically all it is. If you guys don't know, back in the days of like Go format and I think Edison format, smashing ground was probably the most powerful card you could ever play in your deck. I think second to like fucking Raigeki, or I think like Lightning Vortex, which Lightning Vortex was like basically a makeshift Raigeki because it came as a -2 because you had the -1, which was obviously playing Lightning Vortex. The -2 would be you discarding a card off of the effect of obviously Lightning Vortex. But again, this effect right here is basically a makeshift smashing ground, but it has an additional effect where you're able to draw a card upon this card being special summoned, which funny enough, you can activate Monster Reborn, bring this card back from your graveyard, draw a card, and then smashing ground any monster that your opponent has with the highest attack, which that right there is just broken on its own. Not much else to say about that. The second effect reads, your monsters with 2,000 or less attack cannot be destroyed by battle. So it's a protection, so that's actually pretty good. Third effect reads, during each end phase, you can place one non-synchro Centurion monster from your hand or grave face up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous trap. Yeah, so the end board would basically so in my eyes, the ideal end board, if you had full combo, the ideal end board would probably be this card, Final Sigma, Baron, Appaloosa, and Underworld Goddess, perhaps, and then Axis Code Talker, because Axis Code Talker, it's a pretty nasty card. Even by today's standards of Yu-Gi-Oh, it's still a pretty nasty card. Even though Axis Code Talker has been around for like 3 years, it's still a pretty powerful card. So that's actually pretty cool. So I think that right there would probably be the ideal end board. But then again, I could be wrong. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 more new cards to talk about, and then we have a fuck ton of reprints. So let's get straight into the final 4 with Stand Up Centurion, which is the field spell. And the second and third effects are once per turn. The first effect reads cannot be destroyed by your opponent's effects while you control a Centurion monster card. So this basically protects itself from being destroyed as long as you have a Centurion monster on board, whether it's in the main monster zone, the extra monster zone, or whether it's in the back row. That's pretty nuts. That's pretty cool. Second effect reads during your main phase, if this card was activated this turn, you can send one card from your hand to the grave, place one Centurion monster from your deck face up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous trap. So again, the idea is for you to just spam your board with a bunch of special summon monsters and go into your end board, which again, as I said, could be that synchro monster. What was it again? What was it? Centurion Legatia, Final Sigma, Axis Code Talker, Appaloosa, Underworld Goddess, plus like a what would be another good card to use in the deck? Like, I don't know. I guess maybe Baguska, perhaps if you were able to establish 2 level 4s, maybe. And then the third effect reads if a monster is special summoned, you can immediately synchro summon using materials you control, including a Centurion monster. So that's actually pretty good. Being able to just automatically synchro summon right off the bat, especially during your opponent's turn, that right there is nasty. That is nasty. Next up, we have Faith of Centurion, which is a quick play spell, and both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads place 1 Centurion monster from your hand or grave face up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous trap. Plain and simple. It's kind of like a mini Rhoda, but instead of adding cards from the deck to the hand, you get to actually take a card from your hand or graveyard and put it into the back row as a continuous trap. For the most part, because of the fact that most players don't want to neg 2 just by using just by playing this card, you're good. Obviously they'll take cards from the graveyard and put them into the back row, which, again, to be fair, that's actually not bad, especially if you already have another level 4 monster on board. You can just automatically overlay them into a Baguska, and that right there is just a powerful board on its own. But if you were to mix Baguska with Legadia, Final Sigma in I would say in the extra monster, but I don't think it's possible unless if you did a U board, in which we saw that during the early stages of the Yu-Gi-Oh Link format from a few years ago. Then yeah, obviously it's possible, but for the most part, it's probably not gonna happen. But again, that kind of board, that would be pretty powerful. Second effect reads if a Centurion synchro monster is special summoned to your field while this card is in your grave, you can banish this card. What the hell? Oh, my hair's falling out. Piece of my hair fell out. You can banish this card, then target 1 Centurion monster in your grave, place it face up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous trap. So again, no matter what you do, you're gonna always ensure that you get full combo, and you get to establish your board. I'm gonna have to try this out. I don't know what the ideal deck would be. Like, what would it be like? Like, what, 2 and 3 of everything, perhaps? I don't know. I'm gonna have to see. But next up we have Centurion Phalanx, which I believe, is the second to last new card in this video, and it's a normal trap that has 2 separate effects, both of which are a hard once per turn. And the first effect reads you can target 1 face-up monster card on the field, banish it, and if you do, special summon it to its owner's field during the standby phase of the next turn. Okay, so if your opponent were to activate Monster Reborn on one of your monsters, you can banish it, and then it basically just becomes a side-friendly little Omega, where instead of it being put into the graveyard, it gets summoned to your side of the field. So that's actually pretty nasty. That's pretty nasty. Excuse me. Being able to break your opponent's board that way, that's kind of a low blow, if you ask me. The second effect reads: you can banish the card from your grave, target 1 Centurion synchro in your grave, special summon it, and if you do, it loses 1500 attack. So because of the fact that Legadia has 3500, its attack would go down to 2000, which again it's okay, but this would definitely be more of a 2 of, because if it were to be a 3, it probably wouldn't work out so well in my honest opinion. But the last new card to talk about is Truth Centurion, which is a counter trap, and we all know counter traps mean solemn judgment effects, which reads and the effect reads: when a spell trap or monster effect is activated, send a face-up monster card from your spell trap zone to the grave, negate the activation, and destroy that card. It's a solemn judgment, basically. There ain't much else to say about it. As far as the reprints go, there are a lot of reprints, and the reprints for this archetype in particular are actually pretty crazy. So we have Magic Planter, which I believe gives you what, 2 cards. I believe it lets you take two back row cards, put them into your graveyard, and draw 3. I think. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've read that card. I think it's 3 cards. And then of course we have Gravity Collapse, which Gravity Collapse is actually not too bad. But as far as the other reprints go, that will be for the set. For the set itself, we have There Can Be Only One, and as well as Performance Trick Clown, and then the last 2 reprints that I'm gonna reveal will be Summoner Monk, and of course the aforementioned, as I talked about earlier in the video, number 41, Baguska the Terribly Tired Tapper. Yeah, Baguska is actually a reprint. My guess is probably going to end up being a rare in the TCG. It wouldn't surprise me, honestly. But honestly, guys, I think looking at these new cards, at the new Centurion archetype, this actually has the potential to be a meta contender, mainly because of the fact that this archetype is based off of an anime, and I believe it's based off of one of the Mobile Suit Gundam anime, or it could be something else. I'm gonna have to look on social media and see. But honestly, I like it. But does it have the potential to be a meta contender? It does, but I think if it get a little more support for this archetype, like at least like 2, maybe 3 more synchros for this archetype, I think we'll be okay. But that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more card discussions in the future, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.